When you give too much of your self into an emotional experience, always remember to be mindful and intentional about how it is you are releasing your vexation, your grief, your tears, your temper tantrum. Always be mindful that, you know, spiritually, there are still, and energetically, there are still principalities, mitigating forces, divisive energies that feed on your energy. And when you throw yourself into your moments, when you're crying about and fussing and cussing about, you expose and make yourself vulnerable to more attack because you don't have your power conserving your energy source. I had a moment and I wanted to share. Sis was literally crying, like doing an ugly cry. Had my face to the wall, talking to myself, like just like, oh my God, oh my God. Like it was one of those things. And I just realized, do you not have sovereignty? Do you not have autonomy over yourself? I honestly didn't like the answer that I gave myself. And that was the straightening, the quickening that I needed to remember and to be reminded that everything experiences me, not I just experiencing things alone. And so if I'm going to have this relationship with life, that ain't what we doing. So the importance in altering your perspective is what allows for or makes permissible the power shift, right? So you have decisions to make even when you don't want to be. Everything has to have some level of intelligence, because if you don't have a level of awareness in your mindfulness, that is how you begin to find yourself lost in things, lost in people, lost in emotions. These are the places and spaces where people start to develop unhealthy codependencies. And yeah, I realized that after I had that mind shift, my emotions literally cleared up. Literally cleared up. They stopped, which means I am in more control than I think I am. You are in more control than you think you are. So let me tell you what I've learned 1 year later. And this is something I probably would not have ever said had I not gone through the shadow of darkness in my soul. Because for me, and this was my excuse, I'm not gonna lie to you, I liked to have emotional experiences because for me, it was a way to reflect that I'm indeed experiencing something, right? So I thought that the more I cried or the more I was over something, that meant that I was really in tune with the experience. I was really in tune with myself. It was showing a sign of maturity. I don't know, but this is what I learned, like just today. Just because you can express your emotions, it does not mean that you should embody them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just because you can say that you were hurt or you have the ability to hurt, right? Because there's a spectrum. Like people have different experiences. Not everybody is nice and pleasant. Not everyone is in, servitude to a situation. Some people are nasty and they choose to be until they heal. Some people hold grudges and they choose to be that way until they fully heal. Just because you have emotional range and you can express them and you have the emotional intelligence to do so and you have the words to articulate how you're feeling and you know the psychological jargon and you know the studies, qualitative and quantitative research, you know all the things. You know all the things and you're tapped in and you are a superior human being. Just because you have emotional expression does not mean you need to embody the moment of that expression. Because sometimes when you take on the identity of your emotional range, you are no longer the authority of it. You are the victim.